In last session, we have seen about three-way merge. We have also seen fast forward merge. Today we will see about squash merge. So what exactly is squash merge? So in squash merge, what happens is, let's say there is a master branch. You have some commits in the master branch. Then we have created a new feature X branch. And in feature X branch, let's say you have done two commits. There can be n number of commits present in feature X branch. But when we use squash merge option, what it will do is, it will combine all the feature branches commits, all the feature branch commits will be combined into one single commit. So whenever this feature X branch is merged, all the commits from feature X branch, so let's say there are 5 commits present in feature X branch. So all the 5 commits will be combined into one single commit after the branch is merged. So that is called as a squash merge. It will basically squash all the commits from the feature branches into one single commit. It will not create any merge commit just like in the case of three-way merge. It will not create any merge commit, but it will create the commit which is combination of all the feature X branch commits. So in squash merge, it will combine all the commits from the branch being merged into a single commit before merging it into a target branch. The branch history appears as one single commit. So in last example, that is in last session, we have seen three-way merge. In three-way merge, the commit history of feature X branch was written. So basically in that case, it was showing the commits which are made in feature X branch in the history of master branch as well. But in case of squash merge, the combination of all the feature X branch commits into one single commit, it will not contain the history of this feature X branch commits. So basically the branch history appears as one single commit, which can make the commit history more clean and easier to understand. It allows you to keep the history of the main branch clean by condensing all the changes from the feature branch into one single commit. This approach is useful when you want to avoid cluttering the commit history with many small commits. So let's take a situation where feature X branch is having multiple number of small commits with small changes. Let's say there are n number of feature X branch commits, but I don't want to retain the history of those commits. So what I will do, I will use squash merge option. So it will combine all the commits of feature X branch into one single commit after merging. So unlike a regular merge, so in last session we have seen for three-way merge, it will create a merge commit to combine the histories of both the branches. But a squash merge will result into a single commit being added to the target branch. The history of squashed commits from the source branch will not appear in the target branch. So whatever commits are there, for example in this case, there is C1x and C2x. These are the commits made in feature branch. So in normal three-way merge, these commits, after merging, these commits will be present in the master branch. It will maintain the history of feature X branch in master branch as well. But in case of squash merge, it will create one common commit. It will not have all these commits which are there in feature X branch. It will combine those and it will create a new single commit. So in this, there will not be any history of feature X branch commits. So total, how many commits will be there in this case? So there will be 1, 2, 3 and only 4. So only 4 commits will be present in master branch after this feature X branch is merged by using squash commits. So these 2 commits are combined into one commit. So there can be possibility here. In example, I am showing you only 2 commits. But let's say there are 10 commits. All those 10 commits will be combined into one single commit here. And it will not represent the history of feature X branch. So all these 10 commits which are present in feature X branch, those will not be reflected in this single commit. So all these commit will be squashed into one single commit. So only 4 commits will be there in this example. So now let's see practically the example as well about squash commit. So we will simply replicate this scenario only. So what I will do, I will create one. Let's go to my project. In my project, I am just deleting all the previous files which are present. So we will start from the scratch. So in C drive, we have created my project folder. The folder is currently empty. So what we will do, we will first, let's say, add 2 files by using touch command, touch file1.txt and file2.txt. So we have created 2 files. Then we will initialize empty git repository by using git init command. After initializing the empty repository, I will create 2 commits for master branch. So first let's create first commit. First we have to add the file into staging area, and then we can also commit that file into local repo by using git commit -m. This is our first commit in master branch. It will add file1.txt into local repository, and now we will do the same for file2.txt as well. So git add file2.txt and git commit -m. This is our second commit now. This is second commit. So after executing, second file will be also committed to local repo. Now what we will do, we will create one. So what we have done so far is we have created commit 1 and commit 2 in master branch. Now I will create a new feature X branch and we will do 2 commits in feature X branch as well. So let's create a new branch. How to create a new branch? By using git branch command and the name of branch which we want to create. So I have created a new branch, but currently we are on which branch? Master branch. How to check that? Let's say git branch. It will show you we are currently on master branch. If you see this star, that means we are currently on master branch. Now I want to check out. So let's use git checkout to switch to feature X branch. So now we are switched to feature X branch. After switching, I will create, let's say, 2 more commits. So for that, I am just creating 2 new files in feature X branch. I am just creating 2 new files first, file3.txt and file4.txt. So we have created now 2 new files. After creating new files, let's add that file in staging area, git add file3.txt and also commit those file into feature branch, git commit -m, and this is our first commit in feature X branch. And similarly, I will just do it the same for file 4 as well. So git file 4.txt, git commit, and this is my second commit now in feature X branch. Right, so what we have done so far? So we are in feature X branch now. So we have created feature X branch and we have done 2 commits in feature X branch as well. Now we will switch to master branch and we will do one more new commit for file5.txt in master branch now. So for that we have to switch to master branch, git checkout master. It will switch to master branch. Let's create new file, touch file5.txt. It will create new file. Then let's add that file, git add file5.txt to add the file into staging area, semicolon, and also let's commit that file, git commit -m, and this is, if you see, this is our third commit. It is kind of a third commit into master branch. So this is our third commit to master branch after creating the feature X branch. So we have committed that as well. So what we have done so far is we have replicated this scenario so far. We have created the master branch. We have done 2 commits in master branch initially. Then we have created a new feature X branch. So feature X branch will inherit these 2 commits. And then we have also done two new commits in feature X branch. And after creating this feature X branch, we have also made one new commit into master branch. Now if you see, if I want to see the files present, let's say git ls, this will show you the files present for master branch, git ls -files. So file 1, 2 and 5. So file 1, 2 and 5 are present in master branch. And in feature X branch, how many files will be present? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. File 1, 2, file 3 and file 4. This should be present in. And also let's check commit log history as well. So if I check git log -1 line, only 3 commits are present in master branch so far, because we have not done any merge yet. I will just check out to feature branch now. Git checkout feature X branch, and let's check the files in feature X branch as well. So it will show you git ls-files. If you see file 1, 2, 3, 4. So in feature X branch, these 2 are inherited from master branch, and 3, 4 which we have newly added. 1, 2, 3, 4. File 5 is not present in feature X branch because that is only present in master branch currently. So now what I will do, now I want to perform squash merge. So if you perform squash merge, what it will do is, it will combine all the feature X branch commits into a single one. So currently if you see git log -1 line, 4 commits are present in feature X branch. 2 are from master branch which were inherited, and the 2 new commits which we have done in feature X branch. But now let's merge by using squash merge option. So let's perform git, command is git merge -squash and branch name feature X. So let's execute this command. So what incorrect we have done is, basically we have to first, we are still on feature X branch. Whenever we want to merge, we should first check out to master branch. So first check out to master branch, then only we can merge that branch. So git checkout master. Now we can use git merge -squash feature X branch. Let's execute this command. If you see, automatic merge went well. So merge is done, but we have to do one commit actually. It has squashed all the commits of feature X branch into a single commit, but that commit is still to be committed first. In master branch, all the changes are merged now. So now if you see git ls -files for master branch, it will show you all the files 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, all the 5 files are currently visible in master branch. And also if you see the commit git log -1 line, it will show you currently only 3 commits. It will show you only 3 commits so far, because we have to still perform actual commit for those combined commits. So currently after performing git squash merge, we still have to perform, if you see git status, it will still show you the commit which we have to done. So this commit is basically combination of all the commits of feature X branch. So we have combined the commit. So we have combined the changes of feature X branch into one single commit, but that we can still have to we still have to do the actual commit for that. Then only the changes will reflect in master branch. So it is showing you that these changes are combined into one single commit. If you perform git status, it is showing you file 3 and file 4 which are from feature X branch changes. So what we have to do is, we have to simply, so what we have done here, we have basically performed git merge squash feature X on master branch. That has successfully merged the changes of feature X branch. but after that we still have to perform the commit. So we have to do one more commit, git commit -m, and we can provide some meaningful comment. So some meaningful comment. So I'm just commenting like this: meaningful comment for combine changes of feature branch. So we have to perform this commit. So once you commit this, now the new commit which you have made, that is already committed. So combination of feature X branch commit is now actually committed. So now if you see git ls -files, it will show you all the 5 files which are already committed. And let's check the number of commit as well. Git log -one line. So how many commit it should show now? The first one commit of master branch, second commit of master branch, there will be this third commit of master branch, and all these combined commits of feature X branch into a single commit. So now if you see git log -one line, it will show you totally 4 commits. If you see, it is showing you 4 commits now. So this was the first commit of master branch. This was the first commit. This was the second commit of master branch. This is the second commit of master branch. Also there is third commit of master branch which is present here. This is the third commit which you have done for file 5. And the last one is the latest commit which you have done. That is the representing the combination of all the changes of feature X branch. So if you see these 2 commits which we had done into a feature X branch, this combined into one single commit. So total 1, 2, 3 and only 4 commits are present in master branch now. If you see 1, 2, 3 and totally 4 commits are present in master branch. So that is the example of squash merge. So let's say there are, now currently we have seen for only 2 commits, but let's say in feature X branch there are totally 20 commits. So all those 20 commits will be combined into one single commit here, that we have to review and then make the commit for that. So totally 1, 2, 3 and only 4 commits will be displayed in such example. That is the example of squash merge. So command is basically we have to first check out to master branch, and then we have to execute git merge -squash and the branch name, and then we have to do commit as well. So git commit -m, and for all the combined changes of feature X branch we have to do one single commit here by providing the comment. Then it will combine. So basically it will combine and show you the one single commit here. So we have seen about all the 3 types of git merging. And also we have to remember that in case of squash commit, it will not create any new merge commit automatically, just like we have seen in our previous session. For 3-way merge, it will create automatically when it was creating one single merge commit, but it was also retaining the history of all the previous commits of feature X branches in 3-way merge. That is the difference between 3-way merge and squash merge. In squash merge, all the commits which are there in feature X branch will be combined into one single commit. So the history of squash commits from the source branch will not appear in the target branch. So let's say there are n number of commits, those will not appear in the master branch now. That history will not be displayed in the master branch. In 3-way merge, it used to display this history as well. But in squash merge, it will combine those into one single commit and history will not be displayed in target branch. So that is the main difference between squash merge and 3-way merge. So far we have seen fast forward merge, we have also seen 3-way merge, and today we have also seen squash merge. In next session we will see prebase and merge and also about conflicts as well. So let's meet in our next session for more topics of Git and GitHub. Thank you for everyone.